bliss. Help us to attune ourselves in the silence to thy divine consciousness, to thy divine presence. We want to know thee. Bless us with the vision, the experience of thee. Om Shanti, Shanti. We'll have a song now by Swamiji, sung by Swamiji, and then afterwards, a brief excerpt of actually a wonderful talk by Swamiji on this topic of stillness and sitting in silence after meditation. God bless you and welcome again, friends.
Long I've called you, my Lord, long I've called you. Many years I have longed for your sight. Bathe the darkness with tears of devotion. Offered candles in prayer to your light. How much longer, friend, must I cry your name? I am yours, ever yours. Will you come? Long I've called you, my Lord, long I've called you. Many years I have longed for your sight. Bathe the darkness with tears of devotion. Offered candles in prayer to your light. How much longer, friend, must I cry your name? I am yours, ever yours. Will you come?
The interesting thing is that when you go into deep meditation, you become in touch with the medulla oblongata, which is the door through which the energy comes into the body. Jesus Christ put it in the New Testament, "Thou shalt not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." The word is the vibration, and the mouth of God is the medulla, because it's through here that the energy came into the body, and it's through this point, the medulla, that the energy enters the body, and the greater the will, my Guru used to say, the greater the flow of energy. And indeed, when you go into a breathless state, you get put in tune with that flow of energy. When that yogi came out of his meditation, and we don't know when he did, because this man I met went on and didn't try to interrupt him. But when he did, you can be sure he was full of energy. And it's not the same thing as needing exercise. He was getting that for which exercise was designed, drawing energy into the body. But nonetheless, when you go for, let us say, a week, don't talk to anybody. Write notes if you have to communicate. Keep your mouth shut. It's a good way of keeping your brain a little quiet. Then meditate as long as you can. 8, 12 hours is good, but that may be asking too much of most people. That's all right. When you aren't meditating, read uplifting literature. And when you go for walks, as I said, try to feel the divine energy flowing through you. Try to practice japa, chanting the name of God all that time. And you will see that at the end of that time, it's very nice. It's a wonderful feeling. In fact, it's not easy to leave it. I remember I had to come from 2 weeks of that down into the plains to give lectures, first in Shimla, then in Patiala, then in Delhi, in Chandigarh. This was in 1959. But I tell you, that peace that was created by that was wonderful, and it lasted a long time. Once, back in 1952, after my guru left his body, I came back. I went out for a period of meditation, for a period of seclusion, and during that period, I came upon a great inspiration, and I came back with ideas to reorganize our whole main office, and it was accepted, so that's what they did. But after very hard work of a year and a half, I thought, I just have to rest. I went off and meditated. I tried to, but I was so tired I couldn't. And so I got some rest, but without deep meditation, when I came back, I didn't feel for very long the rest that I had gained. The next time I went out there, I rested well for 2 days, and then I began to work. Meditation is hard work in that way. But when I did, that peace that I gained was mine for many months. So I recommend that. This song, Thy Light Within Us Shining, may that light shine always within you. Joy to you.
Good morning again, friends. I'd like to start with a reading from Swamiji about visualizing the Guru in your meditation. Visualize the Guru sitting beside you, inside you, in diminutive form even, on your head. Mentally ask him to guide you. You can think that your body in meditation is the Guru's body, and that you are doing your meditation through his spine, as if he were merged in you. This is what happens when the Guru enters you and fills you with divine blessings. He actually merges his astral body with yours and fills you with his magnetism. This is a very deep and important topic today, because after we do the techniques, I think many people just think it's over, or start thinking about their day or their life, or maybe fall asleep, or who knows what happens. But it's such an important time. The techniques are to uplift us, to turn our cup up. At the time after the techniques, Master said he would talk about the techniques as cooking the meal, and sitting in the silence afterwards as eating the meal, as absorbing the vibrations of God within your own consciousness and uplifting yourself. And so during the techniques, which are very powerful, we're turning our cup up to receive God's grace. We don't create grace. We can't put ourselves in a state of samadhi. We can't push ourselves through the spiritual eye or create the sound of Om. We are, through the practices, making ourselves receptive, open, magnetic, so that we can draw the grace of God, and so that we can begin to merge even a little bit our consciousness with the divine. Several of Master's chants and Swamiji's are about that. I am the bubble, make me the sea, meaning expand my consciousness until it is thine. I am thine, be thou mine. From joy I came, for joy I live, and sacred joy I melt. That melting part, that becoming the ocean, is the part that is true meditation, and the stillness after we do the techniques. And once we can do that, once we can uplift ourselves, then we can feel the grace starting to flow into our consciousness. And that is the grace that changes us. That's what changes us. Techniques take us so far, just like a runner, a swimmer who does techniques, a singer who does techniques, a musician, a person learning. I'm learning a new instrument. I'm learning through techniques. But I realize more and more the techniques are allowing me, that's the word, allowing me to be able to play better and better. And so the techniques of meditation, which we have everything we need, they're allowing us to be able to feel the presence of God, to be still enough through the practice of concentration that we have to still the mind, to be able to perceive, to have a concentration, to perceive beyond who and what we think we are. First of all, we have to have enough energy to be able to focus that energy. We have energization exercises, which dump the body, relax the body, get rid of the tensions and the stress. And then we focus our energy through the concentration practice. And then we get absorbed inside through listening inwardly, through absorbing ourselves, through the inner experience of the divine. And then we lift our consciousness up to the level of super consciousness, the point of the spiritual eye, Kutastha Chaitanya, the seat of enlightenment, of higher awareness. This is the point where we begin to become the ocean. The wave becomes the sea. But you have to go through the techniques to be able to go deeply, maybe quickly. Master talked about one devotee who had been practicing bhakti yoga for 20 years. We practice devotion, but we also have techniques. And after 20 years, he still hadn't had an experience of God. And Master said, you're like a man trying to get out of a room through the floor, the ceiling, the wall. Let me show you where the door is. Just practice this. And the man didn't want to, and finally he agreed. And within 1 week of practicing Kriya, he had a deep, divine experience of God that he had been longing for 20 years. So yes, we have to practice the techniques, and we have very powerful practices, but still you have to be, the grace is what changes you. I remember one of the acharyas was talking with Swamiji some time back and said, I'm doing this and that and this practice and that practice and ahimsa and on and on. And I still feel like I'm not having an experience, inner divine experience. And Swamiji's answer was, it's grace that gives you that experience. You go as far as you can. What did Master say? 25% is your efforts on a path. 25% is Guru's pushing you through the divine door, so to speak. And 50% is that grace flowing into you. So what do we do after the techniques? First of all, sit and really connect deeply with your Guru. The Guru is connecting you with God. The Guru is the channel. Master said this, nothing. He said, I killed Yogananda long ago. No one dwells in this temple now but God. Connect deeply with Master and ask him, say, introduce me to God. Reveal thyself. And we know that in autobiography, it speaks of Babaji, and anyone who calls to Babaji as well will attract an instantaneous blessing. Master said to those who think me near, I will be near. And Lahiri Mahashaya, I'm with all those who practice Kriya Yoga. So call to Master, call to the gurus to give you the experience of the divine, of God. And Swamiji said when he would meditate with Master, he would be sitting sometimes in the back of the room, not involved with the discussion that Master was having on mundane things even. It wasn't about the path or meditation. It might have been on digging ditches or whatever, talking to some of the other people there. And Swamiji said he could feel his energy so strongly here as if he were just going to burst. It was going to burst out through his forehead, through the spiritual eye, just sitting in the presence of the guru. And he said sometimes he would sit with Master and problems he had had, sometimes for years, would just be gone. We don't know the power of God through the gurus. For years, he said, I would leave him and those problems were gone. So not sitting thinking about the problems, think about the guru. Think about his presence coming into you, changing you, taking your karma away, pushing you forward on the path, opening the divine door so that you can go in. Just feel and open your eyes and look at your altar and look at Master and look in his eyes, look in the eyes of the gurus and say, change me. I want to know God. And that, then feel their presence in your heart. That's the center of receptivity, of feeling. Feel their presence with you, loving you, guiding you, giving you their experience of the divine, of bliss. Feel it. Don't rush off. 15 minutes is a minimum for sitting after the techniques, but sit as long as you can and just keep feeling them with you. Master sitting with you, sitting next to you, you holding his hand, him with his hand over your heart. As it says in the purification ceremony, by the grace of our masters, you are free. And just feel, Master's, he's getting rid of the karma, he's freeing you. And sit with him. Calm yourself, and you will feel that that blessing is powerful and it will change you. The second point is to feel yourself beyond the little body, the little personality. Who and what do you think you are? I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm beautiful, I'm not, I'm white, I'm black, I'm Indian, I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim, I'm whatever it is, leave it. Leave it. And just feel, I am Om. Isn't that a wonderful thought? I am Om, omnipresent, all pervading, all blessed. I am Om. And just let go and expand beyond this little form and this little world and your little, it's all little. If you watched or read any of the stories of life, people have had experiences of life after death, they're just beautiful, where they say, I wasn't anybody's mother or wife or relative, or I didn't have any worries, any problems. They just merged in with the light, and they came back to talk about it, but they merged with the light, just saying, I didn't even want to come back. You get to a point in deep meditation, you just are gone. You're not wanting, I have to get back, I gotta get back to my children and my job, and I gotta get back. If Divine Mother takes you, you don't have to get back anywhere but to her. And so in that moment, after the techniques, just say, I'm free. I own nothing. I have nothing. I have no one. I came in this world alone. I leave this world alone. I have no position. I have no name. I have no fame. I am Om. And what a beautiful way to go into the light, to go into God consciousness. I am Om. Master said at the time of death to chant Om in the person's ear, just so they can merge with that vibration of Om. I am Om. That should be the mantra. I am Om. Such a beautiful thought. And finally, bathe yourself in whatever you feel in that meditation of peace. Just feel I'm just bathing my consciousness in peace, not in worries and fears, thoughts. I'm bathing in peace. I'm bathing in calmness. I'm bathing in joy, in the light, in wisdom, in God's power, in those aspects of God. Just merge yourself as best as you can and let Master open the door so that you can merge more and more completely every day in those aspects of God. I want to close with this beautiful reading on the spiritual eye and the light there. Just a few words here from Swami Kriyanandaji. The spiritual eye is a view of the deep spine. In the spiritual eye, you can see the subtle currents and how they flow. As you meditate more deeply on it, it becomes a tunnel of golden light through which you enter the astral realms. As you go deeper still, you enter into the causal world through the blue light of Christ consciousness. Beyond that is the five-pointed white star in the center of the spiritual eye, the realm of spirit beyond creation. Penetrate that, and you enter into the infinite beyond all vibratory creation. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'll ask Nitindra to join me on screen now.
Thank you so much, Dhyanaji, for the beautiful reading. We have a few questions, Dhyanaji. The first one is, I live in a joint family and I do not get enough time to be in silence. So what can I do to get some seclusion time in such a situation?
How about getting up early? That's one possibility. Or you can do the other end. How about staying up later? But that depends on what time you have to get up in the mornings. But even if you get up a half an hour earlier, which isn't going to kill anybody, is it? Will it kill you? No. Try it. Get up before the family gets up, before the vibrations turn differently, not just in your house, but in your neighborhood, in your city, in all of India, wherever you live. There's such a wonderful quiet time that's so natural for meditation. That's before people get up and get going. So try getting up before the family. What I want to say is don't make excuses. Everybody has something. Some people have a joint family. Some people have to go to their job early. Some people are ill. Some people are who knows what. But if you want to do it, if you want to feel what I've been talking about today, do it. Do it. You can figure it out. Figure out your life, your sadhana. And until you want to do it, you never will. And here again, why do I practice every day? Music, because I want to sound better. So why would you meditate more or whatever? Because you want to get better at it. Nobody, no teacher can do that for you. You have to do it yourself. And you can't rely on the guru to do it all for you either. I think that's why I made it clear 25% is you, which is really 100% is your efforts, no? So it's not an excuse. You have somewhere where you sleep that's quiet, and you sleep every day, don't you? Family doesn't seem to bother you then. You can figure it out. Okay, next one.
Yes, thank you, Dhyanaji. So, like you were explaining in the reading as well. So, after meditation, when I sit in silence, I often have self doubt if I do not feel any inner experience. So, is that usual as well?
I would say the doubt is holding you back. Your own mind is holding you back. Affirm it. As Swamiji would tell us, affirm joy, meditate with joy, do Kriya with joy, do energization with energy. Don't say, I don't feel anything. I'm just huffing and puffing here with energization. Do it. Do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. Same with Hong Sa. Don't say, my mind is racing. I don't know what to do. Do some deep breathing. Do it 10 times if you have to, whatever you have to do, but focus your mind. People focus at the movies, they focus when the television's on, and they focus on the social media. So you can focus if you want to. People focus on their food when they're eating. So you can do it. Just put your mind there and don't have doubts and fears. And I'm worried, oh, I'm just weak. There was a master, he was so weak that master called him a baby in public. My God, his guru called him a baby in public. So he says, this is my baby. His name is whatever it was. And he says, you don't mind me calling that, do you? And the man said, no, master, I don't mind. Be a warrior. Get up and do something. Don't have master calling you a baby. And so I don't know if the man ever got out of it, but I would have gotten out of it immediately. Okay, so then the last one.
Yeah, the last one, Dhyanaji, is that Master and Swamiji had a huge teaching and lecturing responsibility. So, would they also often sit and practice long silence?
Definitely. How did they become who they were? I mean, all you have to do is read Master's childhood stories. And we were just in Calcutta at Master's house on his birthday, and his relatives beautifully showed us around and then told us Master would stay up all night long meditating. So you can do it, but you have to devote yourself. You can't become great at anything unless you devote yourself. Swamiji took seclusions. That's what he was talking about on that talk. No, he took every year, all the years I knew him, he went on a seclusion for sometimes long times. And I remember one humorous time he was in seclusion. We were living in Italy then, and we had to deliver something to him. So he came, I mean, and we're Swamiji's children. We're not going anywhere. So he knew he didn't have to put on anything with us, but we came to the door, a couple of us, and he had to get this package from us. So he opened the door. He was in silent seclusion. I don't know, maybe it had been a week or two already. Opened the door, took the package and shut the door. Didn't even say hello. Nothing. But we knew, he's gone. Don't disturb him. And that happened on other occasions, when you're in there, and you need the time. Even take 3 hours a day in a day, once a week. Someone told me they take seclusion on the airplane. Now that's kind of taken a bit far, but at least you can get your headphones on and be kind of quiet. But take some time alone without talking. I love what Swamiji said. Just shut your mouth and don't talk to anybody. And I think that's the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems with people today trying to meditate is too much talking. Be alone more. Don't be afraid to be alone. Divine Mother's with you. Master's with you. I love living alone. It's just such a wonderful feeling. I mean, of course, I have a very busy life and I take seclusions every year. But Master said, when you're with people, be with them wholeheartedly. When you're alone, be alone with God. And I think that's the best way to think about it. Okay?
Yes, Dhyanaji, thank you.
Okay, have a good day. God bless you all. Thank you, Natendra. Bye-bye.